everyone. This is, well, it's the Husky, man. That intro was a little bit less energy, but you know what? I'm feeling all right today. Do I need to shout? Do I need to scream? Well, I'll probably be doing that in a little bit, let's be completely honest. But for now, we're just going to do a casual intro. Everyone sit back. Did you get a drink? Did you get some popcorn? Hey, take your hand off your face. I know what you guys are doing over there. You should stop it right now. Anyways, it is time for some more StarCraft 2 Heart of the Swarm 1v1 action. You guys know the routine down the bottom right side. It is going to be a Quantic Hyun once again. And up at the top left side, it is going to be Millennium's Dayshi. Millennium's Dayshi. I should always introduce the players like that. But anyways, it is going to be a TvZ. Once again, the map is going to be Akilon Wastes. So don't waste any more time. The game starts. I don't know, guys. What is going on with me right now? I don't actually know. All I know is that I've been casting a lot. My voice is a little bit sore. It was kind of funny because I actually took a little bit of a break to rest my voice. Yes, I know, I've said it in like 10 videos already. But then when I came back, I'm like, you know what? I want to cast some really good games. It's been a couple of days. Got to get back in the groove. People are wanting, you know, really good games and all that. So I picked 3 games that my friends told me were good. Turns out it was over an hour of content, and I don't know if you guys have ever tried yelling for an hour nonstop. It hurts your voice once again. So I actually ended up hurting my voice once again immediately. So I gotta rest it. Just gotta take it taking it casual over here. But anyways, this is going to be the Acer Team Story Cup. Once again, this is a rematch between Hyun and Dayshi, and they basically were able to revive Hyun. That is one of the features of this tournament, which makes it pretty sick, if you ask me. As if a team has one good player and not a whole lot else going on for them, then they can revive that player. Now, Quantic not having a lot going on for them in this series. I mean, they're a very strong team. Lots of Koreans on that team. But just really struggling here versus Dayshi, man. He's been sweeping them under the rug. Can the Frenchman continue the reign of terror? We will just have to wait and see, as we do have the command center going to be going down for Dayshi right now. Marine right there is pissed at the rocks. Got to be testing his firearm right there. Seems to be working out just fine for him. And is this not actually a hatchery? Oh, okay, he did get hatchery really early. I was going to say, if he doesn't have a spawning pool, he could be in some trouble here. But no, he does have a spawning pool, and he's going up into an expansion early build out of Dayshi. I got to say, man, the brass of these Terran players who put their command center on the low ground, I'm always so terrified to do this because I always worry that, you know, I'm going to miss the timing, I'm going to miss the jiggling spawning pool for zergling speed, and I'm just going to get overwhelmed by, whoa, what did that SCV do? That was kind of a weird trick that happened right there. But I'm always worried that I'm going to miss a zergling run by. However, I don't know if you guys know this, but the pro players who play all day, every day, and are really, really good and win tournaments, they're a little bit better at scouting than I am. I know it's kind of a mind-blowing revelation there, but basically they're able to have a good read not only on how their opponent normally plays, but also how the matchup tends to play out, and also just that they'll have a good read during the game on exactly when they need to expand, when they need to defend, and all of that. So a lot of times you'll see them throw it down on the low ground, begin mining right away. Notice how he drops the mule at the expansion. He basically wants to mine out the expansion as quickly as possible because your main base is just that. It's your main base. It's the easiest base to defend throughout the entire duration of a game. Maybe in the late game it becomes difficult if there's lots of drops or something like that. But for the most part, you want to mine out the bases that are further away from your main base as quickly as possible. So you see a lot of players drop mules down there right away, and hopefully for him, he does not mess, you know, basically securing this expansion up. Because if you're dropping these mules here this early and you lose to a timing attack, number 1, you have no money to fall back on, and number 2, you lost your expansion. So you got to be really, really careful there. So Dayshi playing it a little bit risky here, but it is going to pay off. So it's going to pay off in a big way, actually. He's got more drones on the way, and the hatchery is going to go down. Perfect timing on that drone right there, but yeah, it looks like it is going to be a macro game here. Moving forward here, both these players going to be teching up, at least right now for Dayshi. He does have 3 barracks, though, which is quite an interesting choice right now, mixed in with the factory. I assume he's going to do the old switcheroo right here, swap out the reactor onto the factory. Look how perfectly timed that is. Pretty sick. And combat shields is going to be first, which tells me that it could be an interesting timing that relies on protecting something. It could be the Hellions trying to use the extra health on the Marines to try and protect those Hellions and just try and push out with a beefy force. But we'll have to see if this actually ends up working out. I honestly don't know exactly what Dayshi's doing here. We've already seen creative builds out of him in the other games that we witnessed. This time, though, going for combat shields first. Very interesting. Normally, you want to get stim first just because stim it's always a good upgrade to have. I mean, even if you're going mech, man, I still feel like stim is a good choice just because it's so good. Of course, it makes your Marines move and shoot faster, takes a little bit of their HP, but it tends to be worth it. But for now, it's going to be pushed out with just 2 Hellions. 2 more are on the way in production. They're nearly done. The starport's on the way as well. So, again, a very interesting build here. I kind of like this. Oh, my God. Is he actually going to kill off? Oh, my God. He's all over the place right now. He might actually kill off several Overlords. What's happening? What are these Overlords doing? Why? Oh, those Marines got taken out. So this Overlord should be able to survive. But this build is weird from Dayshi, man. He's going to be able to take those out. Apparently, the Overlord's not able to chill out by this watchtower or anything like that. But interesting. Very interesting, guys. Isn't that where the watchtowers used to be? I feel like they use lots of different maps on different things, but apparently the watchtower's away in the corners. Either way, it does look like the Hellions gotta be moving out. Combat shield is done. This reminds me of, did you guys ever play Counter-Strike with combat shields, man? When those first came out, that was so ridiculous. You like literally could not shoot through them in any way. Those were the days, my friends. My friends, thank you for joining me. But anyways, we have Marines here, lots of Hellions on the field, good to go. I don't think these roaches can do it. I don't know what is Hyun doing. I feel like losing to the Overlord in the middle was a little bit sloppy. And then now he is potentially going to be losing a lot of roaches. Now, Stim's not done, so we can't really chase these down. I guess the roaches will survive much more than I thought they would. I thought he was actually going to end up losing a lot there. Goodbye, Overlord. That Overlord does get taken out, and what do we got going on for these players right now? I mean, we have the Destructible Rockets getting taken down right now by Hyun. Does not have these ones to wall it off just yet, so we'll have to worry about those Hellion counterattacks. They're always said, oh god, don't put the Banelings on the rocks. Don't put the Banelings on the rocks. I swear to god, those detonate on the rocks, I'm just going to cry. I would cry, man. Now, a nice thing about the rocks, though, now is that you have to do an attack command. It is not just a right-click, so remember that, players. You have to attack command the rocks. I've seen so many players in team games mess up killing the rocks because they are used to just right-clicking them. So that is your pro tip of the day. Attack move the rocks. Do not right-click. Although really, for the most part, 99 times out of... I almost said 99 times out of 10. So we're going to go with that. 99 times out of 10, you want to really use the attack move command anyways. There's almost never situations where you don't want your units to attack. Of course, there are some situations like Zergling run-bys, for example. You don't want to attack the supply depots. You want to run directly into the mineral line. But for the most part, moving around the center of the map, make sure you're on that attack move command anyways. Got to be a drop over here. That might actually intercept the drone trying to build that. I love how these units flew in and they're just going to walk right out. I don't know how that ended up happening. That's like a reverse evolution right there. But the hatchery's going to be going down right now. And the Overlord over here, this is going to get taken out. But he's already pooped all over the place. He's really pooped up the place. This better be good. So that's no fun. Now, Dayshi doesn't know about this third base yet, but he probably assumes that Hyun is not really bad and that Hyun has another base at this point. Because even if you're going to be going for some sort of sick timing at around the 10 to 12 minute mark, you most likely are going to have another base on the back of it because you're just going to have too much money. I mean, it's going to be very difficult to actually spend all the money. You can see even on 3 bases, he's having a hard time spending that money. He just now is because he made 32 links. But even then, I mean, his money's slowly creeping further and further up. Imagine if he didn't have another base. There's going to be scouting it out with the drop over here. And was that the medevac that just retreated in the middle? I think that it was. Goodbye, Queen, if those Marines can stay a little bit longer. And they do manage to get it. It looks like the Lings will be able to clean this up, but my god, those Lings I don't think are upgraded. Are they? No, they have 0-0 upgrades. Oh no, he's got to do lots of damage with this. At the same time, the attack at the front of the base, the Banelings will be able to get some nice detonations off the depots to open up that front door, but guess what? Widowmine's pretty good. Got to be splash damage, everything. The air got taken out. The Overseer cannot detect her. Now another Overseer, though, somehow showing up just in time. Oh, Banelings roll again. The SCV is trying to split up. They do take some pretty big hits. But once again, we have an almost identical situation to last game where Hyun trying to be aggressive, trying to end the game. He does some damage, but not nearly enough. Yes, oh my god, even those 2 Marines survived. But right now, he might actually do a 2 Marine drop right here, which would just be hilarious. He is going to go ahead and do just that. It's not going to be able to do all that much. Honestly, he can lose these. These are, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He can lose those just fine. Overall resources lost. How was Dayshi so cost effective? I mean, it's impressive that he did this to Hyun in the first place in the last game. It's impressive that he was able to win so many versus so many Koreans to this point. And what's more impressive that he was able to recreate that success from the last game. I mean, it's showing us that it is no flub. He knows how to go up against these very aggressive play styles from Zerg. He's got the Widowmines. Look at this, lots of bunkers going down. All of a sudden, Dayshi realizing that the only thing that Hyun can do right now is make lots of roaches and lots of links. He is preparing for this so well. He's basically having a sixth sense after going up against him in the previous game. He kind of knows that, hey, if he attacked me once, he's probably going to attack me again. That's exactly what's going to be happening here, so perfect timing on this. Will have his army a little bit out of position here because he wants to try and kill off these rocks if possible, which does kind of suck for him because this army will be able to attack for a second or two before the army gets back to reinforce it. Zergling might run up there to see what's going on, but there are just 5 bunkers now. Oh, he actually got the rocks in time. Oh my god. Oh my god, Dayshi is so good. He's like better than me at decision making, and I'm watching the entire game unfold. So he is playing so well so far. It does look like these rocks will get taken out, but guess what? The rocks have already done what they were designed to do, or I don't know about design, but what Dayshi wanted was to buy time from these roaches, because honestly, the longer the game goes on, the worse and worse the roaches are going to get. Because think about it, I mean, you're going to be getting more upgrades for things like siege tanks and especially the marauders. It just makes them start to counter the roaches further and further, and there's the siege tanks right there. So really, Hyun is kind of stuck with this big ball of supply. He's got a big army supply. I mean, look at this, 63 to 77. That's not bad, because if the Terran player pushes out, he will have a larger army supply. But he does not want to be playing with this many roaches. He wants to get something out like Mutas, which he does have the Spire on the way, actually. He wants to get out more Zerglings, maybe more Banelings. He does decide to go for the Banelings. The problem with Banelings right now is the fact that there's a lot of Marauders here, and there's always the chance of Hellbats following it up. So if he does not get good detonations on the Marines, on the Hellions, then these Marauders are going to give him one hell of a time, because they'll be absorbing a lot of those shots. So Dayshi going to be moving out. He did split up his army here a little bit, so Banelings just can't roll into it. And this is actually very intentional. Notice how he's deliberately moving the army so it doesn't pump up as much, so that he is preemptively prepared. He does have to be careful, though, of the choke points. Oh, Baneling landmines. Doesn't detonate them in time. He's going to try to, oh, right there, that could be a big detonation right there. He needs to detonate it. Oh, waited too long. The splits from Dayshi, man, he's competing with DeMuslim with these pretty sick splits. Now, DeMuslim's still one of my favorite Terran players when it comes to doing splits like that, but this is very impressive to say the least, as he is going to attempt to just keep his army alive as he marches out here. This is a very difficult time for Terran because there's so many Banelings and so many Zerglings. The Spire is done, but guess what? Our Zerg player doesn't have any money for that. And it looks like Hyun, he's got to take an engagement here. The Banelings are not ready yet. Yes, you can kill the Widow Mines. Yes, you can kill the reinforcements, but can you kill the army? I think the answer is yes. Actually doing lots of damage here with this army. The Viking going to be taking out the Overseer, so that means that Widow Mines, though, can do quite a bit here. And it does look like this will get held off for now, but Dayshi is going to have a follow-up. You can see the reinforcements continuing to stream on down. And overall, I mean, Hyun is just not being cost-effective. I mean, he's basically going 2-to-1 ratio on his cost efficiency, and that's not cost-efficient whatsoever. It does look like the medevac may get taken out. Link will be able to clean up the rest of this. But at the same time, I mean, Dayshi's just chilling out in the center of the map right now. He's got full center map control. He's going to have great production coming up. He's got a lot of Marines back at home as well. So got to be careful overextending himself a little bit. Those Marines got to sacrifice themselves. But with no anti-air for our Zerg player, that means that these medevacs are going to be just fine. Oh, pick up the Fat Marauder. There he goes. Don't leave the fat kid behind. You got to save him as well. And this is so many Zerglings. Oh my god, 1-1 has been done, but they are going up against 2-2. And if there are any Widow Mines back here, he should be able to save them. The Zergling's getting a lot of kills here. I don't think this is actually enough, though, for Hyun to get back into the game. I mean, he's still losing just a lot of stuff, being a little bit more cost-effective there. Banelings are on the way. He would love to have these just a tiny bit earlier. Has got to watch out for the Widow Mine. Marine's going to hop inside that bunker, be good to go. But, I mean, Hyun, I mean, he's showing us time and time again he loves the aggression. And, you know, when it works, you look amazing. You look unstoppable. But when it doesn't work, you just look like a Zerg player with no wind in your sails. Because, really, the strength of Zerg tends to be macro, 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 macro. Wasn't so much the case in Brood War. And Brood War is all about non-stop aggression, but we don't see that nearly as much in Heart of the Swarm. Burrowing is Zergling there. That is not a Baneling. He was hoping, I think, for some Baneling landmines a little bit earlier, but Dayshi splits were just a little too stellar. And there's going to be a drop over here on the top right side. Actually, he cannot afford to lose that. 4-base Zerg versus 3-base Terran, given how uncost-effective he's been. He can't be a base, only one base ahead. He's got to be 2 bases ahead right now. And he's basically stuck in his base. Get it? Basically stuck in his base. Anyways, he's basically stuck running back and forth trying to clean up these drops, and he's not doing a very good job at doing that. I mean, yes, he's killing 2-3 Marines here and there, but he has no map control. He has no other base, and Dayshi is just kind of stomping all over. And to be honest, look at this. Dayshi's so confident right now that he does not have an orbital command, or excuse me, he does not have a planetary fortress at his 4th base. Now, a lot of times you'll see one at the 3rd base. On this map, though, it's kind of silly to get your 3rd base just because of those rocks and the choke points, easy to defend. But a 4th base without a planetary, that is very rare, and that shows you how confident he is right now. This is going to be helping out his macro, helping further his lead. However, Hyun is maxed out now, so if he gets one cost-effective engagement, he will be okay. And that Marine right there is like, do not drop me on those Banelings. Do not drop me on those Banelings to try and kill just one. But Hyun, he's maxed out. This is going to be about it for him. I feel like he's got 35 roaches, but, I mean, that's not very good. To be honest, again, the longer the game goes on, these roaches are not that great, especially with no upgrades. Oh, my God. 2 armor upgrades. Got to be going up against 3-3 Marine Marauder here in just a moment. And Ime misses windows. This upgrade is about done. Dayshi once again with a pretty sick concave here. The Banelings have to be rolling in. The 3-3 going to be finishing any moment. Can the roaches actually do enough damage right now? The Marines got to be stimming over to try and make it happen. It does look like he will hold for now. And look at this, running the Marines on the right side to try and bait them. Don't detonate those Banelings. Oh, right there. Boom! Huge hits on the Marines. Baneling landmines, man, are so good. But was that actually enough? Still not able to catch up in that unit's loss, but he was able to do lots of damage to that army, and now all of a sudden he would have been wishing that he has a planetary. Has this actually been scouted? Yes, it has. So he needs to try and kill that off, but guess what? The non-stop reinforcements, that extra orbital really starting to kick in right now. Mutas are on the way, but unless these Mutas take Dayshi by 100% surprise, I can't imagine them winning a straight-on battle. So what Hyun needs to do right now is kill all these workers and also all these workers. I can't help but feel like if he does not do that, his army composition is just not that good. He still has these roaches. I mean, it's good that he's retaining his units. Normally, you want to retain your units as best as you possibly can, but he doesn't need the roaches. He really needs to sacrifice these. He needs more mutas. I mean, he's supply blocked from making more mutas, and he absolutely needs those mutas, and it does look like Dayshi right now realizes that he needs to move out here. The mutas cannot afford to engage with this army. They need to go harass, because if he reveals that he has mutalisks, the missile turrets are going to follow just moments later. Throwing down Banelings right here, which is actually delaying his army from pushing down here. So Hyun trying to get the momentum. 44 Banelings on the way. If he's able to just A-move those Banelings into that army, he will be in pretty good shape. But I don't know. It's definitely going to be tough here as this army is attempting to move out right now for Dayshi. He's got a lot of units. He's just got to watch out for those Banelings. That's all he really has left right now. This army got to be going for this army. May actually be trapped down here against these rocks between a rock and a hard place, quite literally. Can the Banelings get any sort of massive hits that they need? The Banelings are rolling. Whoa! Huge detonation there. But it's in favor of the Terran player, detonating all those Banelings, and all of a sudden, the concave from Dayshi, he can be backed into a corner, but it don't matter. As this army right now for Dayshi may be unstoppable. Going to go straight to the main base, kills off several drones. Almost all the drones at that location will go down. Some of them manage to survive, but where are they going? They're going to mineral patches that they can't even mine from. Dayshi is inside the main base. Might actually have to pick up and get out of here, because that is a lot of Zerglings. Yeah, it's time to go, Medevacs. Time to go, Medevacs. Do not want to risk losing those. One thing I've noticed that Dayshi has been able to do is just keep his Medevacs alive. Now, there are a couple of Mutalisks here chasing this, but only got to kill 1 or 2 Medevacs, and as long as he keeps the Medevacs alive, then the reinforcing army is just that much more powerful. He doesn't need to spend money on Medevacs. He can just keep making Marine Marauder and just keep running away with those Medevacs. And you get this terrifying Medevac cloud that even though the Medevacs aren't doing damage to you directly, they're doing damage to you because they're keeping that army alive, thus making them much more effective. One Zergling over here will be able to deny this base for now. But I just got to say, Dayshi has just been ahead one step since almost the beginning. And both of these games we saw him play versus Hyun, he just seems to have his number. So better watch out, Hyun. Although Hyun once again has a huge army. It's just, again, it's not really what he wants. He's forced to try and make more and more Banelings. Nice Baneling landmines there. We'll see if he actually manages to get any good detonations or not. Apparently he has a spawning pool hotkey. That's kind of random. But either way, intercepting some of these SCVs, very nice. Can he kill off an orbital? That'd be quite nice for him as well. I think he burrowed those in plain view, though. I think that might actually be spotted here. He is placing those Baneling landmines in good spots. But there's the scan right there. Yep, he saw those burrow. And, yep, goodbye. Goodbye, Banelings. It was nice knowing you. And, this army's might get sandwiched here. Dayshi going to be intercepted here. And actually, he's got to trap this army. How often do you see a Zerg army get trapped? Usually they're the more mobile force, but he has to go for it. Dayshi, unstoppable right now, as he is. Look at he even leaves units back here to intercept, just whittling away at this army in a way that I have not seen a Terran player do in a very long time. Outstanding play, even scanning in the midst of all that to go ahead and kill those off. And at this point, I mean, Hyun's like, I do not want to lose this for my team. I'm going to keep on going, but can he recover? The counterattack is a good way to start. The Widow Mine right here. Oh, God, that's going to be devastating. Lots of Zerglings taken out there. Guess there's only 4, as it tends to go for the ones in the front there, not the bulk army. But right now he gets up there, they're like, oh, there's no command center here. So he is going to be within the production line right now. What does Dayshi actually do here? Does he try and clean it up with his buildings that are currently constructing units, or does he fall back? Decides that his upgrades are good enough. He's just going to clean these up with his basic units. 2 armor is done. It's been done for quite some time, but still no 3-3. And Hyun has been going up against 3-3 the entire time. I just cannot believe how good Dayshi actually is. I mean, he's freaking unstoppable these games. Got to be killing off those drones as well. More and more drones got to be going down. We do have lots happening on the map, though. The Zergling Roach Army going to be moving out to the left side. The planetary over here. Is it going to finish? Ah, yes, it will. I don't think he's going to lose that either. The HP is slowly getting above 200 there. I think he's going to keep it alive. Still taking damage. What is it taking damage from? I guess those. Oh, the mutas. All right, the mutas are going to try and do that, although the mutas are going to get taken out. Whap, whap, wow, as those all do die. And the Zerglings right here, yep, not even going to be able to kill off these Marauders. So really nothing is going right for Hyun. I mean, yes, he's doing lots of counterattacks, but he's about 100 supply behind right now. Ouch. It's going to be more than 100 supply with the rate this game's going. Dayshi is going to be moving out to the right side, but I mean, it's very rare that a player who is 100 supply down can actually come back and win a game. These Widow Mines especially. Oh, goodbye, Banelings. It was nice knowing you. They get taken out. Yes, they do kill a Widowmine. And there's going to be the GG from Hyun. Dayshi, undefeated versus these Korean players. Absolutely outstanding play by him. I'm going to be keeping my eye on him, see if he has any more breakout performances like that. But all killing a Korean team, or a team that's sending out all of their Koreans, is by no means a small feat. So great job there by Hyun. Trying to hold on, but a way better job by Dayshi, able to shut him down twice. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.